I am telling you what you're about to find out. What was happening behind the scenes of Project Veritas. We're just going to go over like a couple minutes of the trailer, but it'll tell you everything you need to know. And it's wild. I am telling you. Holy shit. Okay, let's start.
I shouldn't have trusted these guys, but I did trust these guys.
A lot of people thought there was malfeasance. I would prefer to say ignorant of
Yeah. Right. Because you don't seem nervous at all.
those events. I didn't want to know.
Nonprofit boards of directors can be very, very dangerous.
Fortunately, I have recordings and documents to back up everything I'm about to tell you.
It's just sad how much greed will take over people, and that's, I think, exactly what happened. Is on paid leave with the board considering removing his leadership status. This is a danger with not having ultimate authority and power in your own company. What? I remember when that came out, actually. I remember when them trying to say he was like acting like he's too power hungry. And he was the exact opposite. Like these people were taking money and taking money from donors and spending it. And James was just like, I want nothing to do with all that. I don't care about money. All I want to do is do journalism and break stories. That's what I want to do. That's why I'm a journalist. And they were in the background like, how do we get rid of him? Because we want to make money. Sad.
These were starting to bundle up and talk.
If we're about to paint James as a criminal, it better be fucking good.
They sent
Hungry James. I don't even know who that guy is. Cry More Dude. They're fucking memes. No, I wouldn't say they're just memes. There's when you're trying to stage a coup against your boss, there's more to it. You're our First Amendment warrior, and you're whining about memes. Okay, James. Well, I mean, that's part of the First Amendment, isn't it? Saying you don't like it, please take it down or don't send that stupid shit to me. I don't know. And especially when you know something else is going on. You never once heard from Major Murphy, but thanks for promoting. I don't know.
pick me nailed to a cross.
You're actually a bitch. You fucking cult leader. What? And black cars idling outside venues for hours? What? What is going on here? King of journalism. Rent co-workers as temporary friends to affirm dishonest life decisions? I don't understand that one. Sorry. Keep backup audio in pocket and listen to yeah, I do the same thing. Blame UCJ and girlfriend. You better be. He's a smart guy. Keep backup audio, absolutely. 200K and black cars idling outside venues for hours. Well, if he was investigating you, apparently everything he did was for a good reason. Because look where he is now, and look at the video he's making.
They use these kids. Matt, you.
And I can remember when they were trying to. Okay, if you don't know anything about what was going on with Project Veritas, I'm telling you, Democrat. Well, let's be honest, it was more moderate and center and right people for the most part that were supporting him, because a lot of the people that were getting caught at the time were left leaning and didn't like James. But for the most part, everybody was coming together because James was breaking stories. And during COVID, we weren't really at each other's throats. We were all against COVID and what was going on. It had nothing to do with Republican or Democrat at the time. And all of a sudden, we noticed that James just disappears. So we're like, what the fuck is going on? And then he starts a new company in a month. And then Project Veritas just keeps going like nothing happened. So we're like, something's up. Something happened. And the fact that James is not talking about it, a journalist, we know something big is going on. And James gained our trust years of journalism and not like reporting Republican and Democrat the entire time. And so he gained our trust, and then people just thought that we would forget him, even while they're trying to smear him. No one trusted those people. We trusted James, not Project Veritas, not the channel, not the people that were running it. We trusted James O'Keefe. That's who we trusted. And I think they didn't understand that because of, I mean, look what they did. So
To further his agenda.
The reason why James was bad was morphing.
I never
he built an
lived
empire.
this lifestyle with black card.
He's a mean boss.
That's weird. And of course, look at her. She's a liberal. You can just see it. And especially saying something stupid like that. I'd say, fuck you. It's got nothing to do with you.
I don't know that James has a private life.
James took a pregnant.
Oh. Let's go back there. I'm a Trump supporter, so if this motherfucker was taking money, he's no Trump. I'm telling you. He's a piece of shit is what he is. In talks to regain control of Project Veritas, yeah, I don't know that James has even had a private life. Board member, Project Veritas, federal deposition, Joe Barton. I hope he had nothing to do with trying to take over. I hope
James
so.
took a pregnant woman.
Yeah, that one was
And
weird.
these are people that we thought were people with integrity.
And then she came out with the truth and said that was complete bullshit. So
Who on the board is in control?
Turns out board members are taking money from donors.
How much did you invest in each of Matt Tierman's companies?
I don't think that's any of your business.
We're at the pinnacle of Mount Everest.
Are you refusing to answer the question?
Yes.
The only thing that has changed is
how strange.
that we broke the biggest.
Whose companies? Matt. Who?
Only thing that has changed.
We're at the pinnacle.
Matt Tierman's companies.
God damn it, Matt. Tiremand. Tiremand? Who the fuck is that? Match. So I found this guy. Check this out. So right here, it says that feeling when you get scooped by your own subject and got nothing. That's what this guy right here, that's what he tweeted in a bag of chips. And then I responded to him because no one said anything to him. He had like 2 likes. I said, I don't know. Seems like he's doing pretty good. I mean, to get a company taken from you and succeed again is pretty tough. But we love James and trust him. Trust goes a long ways, my dude. Anyway.
I don't think that's any of your business.
We're at the pinnacle of Mount Everest.
Are you refusing to answer the question?
Yes.
The only thing that has changed is that we broke the biggest story in our organization's history.
If a board statement.
Amazing reporting showing us that we already knew Pfizer is craving venal homicidal, morally bankrupt criminal enterprise. Agreed.
Goes out, it's fucking over.
A week later, everything
And then these people were trying to get money.
changed.
And it wasn't right.
It was the timing of it that was so suspicious.
Is it fair to say that 3 of the 4 companies you've invested in, you would consider to be in the medical field?
Dude, these pharmaceutical companies need to go. Like someone needs to audit them or something. These people are out of control.
So what did the board think people were going to assume?
One of the companies could be sold to a big pharma.
Like Pfizer.
Like Pfizer.
Did the board not think that people were going to assume the worst?
I want to.
That guy's a scumbag. Pfizer says it has at least 10 billion available for deals in 2025 with a focus on pipeline. What? You're a pharmaceutical company. What the fuck? God, they're evil.
The worst?
I want to talk about your investments.
I want to talk about you.
I'm a fighter.
You're a cheat.
I'm a warrior.
You're a liar.
And
Oh, we'll find out.
I will get my justice. Not revenge, but justice.
Is it all about money?
Too bad.
And he won't stop. You know he won't. James will not stop until he finds out the truth. And you can already tell with this guy, just seeing from this trailer, he's nervous. And anytime you start throwing insults, that says a lot.
Dad, you can't afford that.
Big difference.
He doesn't want to afford it. I don't think he cares. That's why he's in the position he is in. He'd rather get a good scoop than get a bag full of cash. Oh, that's...
I'm James O'Keefe.
Big difference.
Oh, shit, sorry.
I'm James O'Keefe, and I'm in talks to reacquire Project Veritas. It's no surprise that many in my audience have burning questions about what actually happened. Not a day goes by where I'm not at the gym, an airport, or a restaurant, and someone walks up to me and asks, "Hey, whatever happened between you and Project Veritas?"
What happened with him and Project Veritas?
What the heck is going on over at Project Veritas?
The rationale for
Who's funding the attacks on you? I hope Elon helped him. Like, if he needed help in the OMG could... Yeah, they tried to sue him because he started his own company. Like, they were so angry that he was... Like, no matter where he goes, he's successful because people trust him. Period. And have you ever noticed it's always one side that's, like, showing support? Even though he goes after both sides? That says a lot. I'm just saying, it says a lot about one side and not the other. And we all know it. You can say it till the cows come home, but you all know that there's one side that can't handle it, can't handle the truth, and another side that can get mad if you report against them, but they'll understand. And they'll at least say something or appreciate you at least saying, hey, at least you went after us and you're not being biased, you know?
him being thrown out of Project Veritas is absolutely unclear?
Now you're finally going to get the answer. Newly obtained deposition tapes in a lawsuit between myself and the organization I founded show board members of Project...
That's the guy I just tweeted. They tried to take money from
Veritas being in business together.
One company is called Catholic, another is called, I third is called Black Buffalo, and I almost did a deal with Oh Yes, and another one's called Forever Labs. There are 4, but we talked about other companies that I didn't put money in. You and Matt had these discussions while you were serving on the board of directors? Yes, I think so. Oh, shut up. You know you... I mean, I don't... Yeah. I think Black Buffalo is when we were still on the board. Kathy, I think maybe... Yes, you were. Wow. What investments did you make? You really want to know what I invest in? Yeah. Like pharmaceutical companies that you were going... While James was going after them? Yeah. I would say so.
Co-investing in each other's medical companies.
Unbelievable.
How much did you invest in each of Matt Tierman's companies?
I don't think that's any of your business.
It is, though.
Are you refusing to answer the question?
Yes.
They admitted under oath the companies,
enough.
quote, could be sold to a big pharmaceutical like Pfizer.
3 of the 4 companies you've invested in, you would consider to be in the medical field.
Yeah.
Heterogen could be sold to a big pharma.
Oh, that's too funny.
Like Pfizer.
Objection.
And this...
What do you guys got to do with pharmaceutical companies? Journalists. fuck out
It
of
was
here.
during the time of a string of hidden camera investigations that Project Veritas conducted into Pfizer, with an executive we caught on tape alleging Pfizer engaged in gain-of-function research.
The guy had a body cam and is talking to him, and the guy who works for Pfizer is saying they just had a meeting talking about how they could weaponize these other viruses.
Don't tell anyone this, Billy. You probably don't tell anyone. One of the things we're exploring is like, why don't we just mutate ourselves so we could create new vaccines, right?
We recently discovered that Project Veritas board members and staffers weren't just in business together. They were soliciting money from donors to invest in these medical companies.
Former Project Veritas board member Tyramid, whatever his name is, who reportedly led an effort to remove James O'Keefe tied to Chinese affiliated company with child surveillance. Bro, oh my God. Okay. Can we all finally grow up and say that the Chinese are spying on us and trying to ruin our country? Can we finally admit it after all these Chinese spies, after Biden pardoning those Chinese spies, like the money that, he was giving Hunter Biden was doing business with Chinese people? Yeah. I'm sorry, you can't convince me otherwise anymore. There's just too much that goes on between and not good things. Oh my God.
And did not disclose that conflict of interest with the rest of the Project Veritas team while they served on the board and signed a conflict of interest policy.
How do you define conflict of interest?
Oh, I don't know. Give me a dictionary and I'll read you the definition.
This guy's a fucking scumbag. I don't know who he is. I don't even know if he's... You're a scumbag.
Now, I'm announcing an investigative docuseries into the board members who staged a coup and stole my own company out from underneath me, where we'll take you in.
We knew something was up. We knew it. Thank God we didn't support these fucking pieces of shit.
Inside the extraordinary story of Project Veritas versus its founder, myself. This is a story so bizarre, it borders on the surreal, and when answers were provided, it just raised more questions.
When did you switch to wanting to harm James?
After James started claiming he was fired.
Julia Witt, an attorney...
You guys took him off the board.
...working for Project Veritas, claimed that I stole a pregnant...
Josh, please add that at DP trial, I was yelled at in front of jurors because he was hungry and that he took the What? How can you... Okay. How do you do that? Like, how do you type that out and are like, I'm okay with this lying? See, that's why I can't wrap my brain around. Because day to day, I try to be the most honest person I can be. And that's got nothing to do with, like, trying to look good or, like, your views of me. I don't give a fuck. I do it because for my own sake. Because if I lie, I'm not kidding, it will drive me fucking crazy. And that's the only thing I will think about is me lying. Like, the fact that I didn't tell the truth. Or at least try to. And I don't know if that's, like, part of my, like, addict part of me. Because, I was homeless and shot up heroin for, like, 2 years. Well, twice for 2 years in a row. Anyway, I think that's a part of it. Like, maybe not because I am... now that I think of it, I don't know how many times I heard, you just don't seem like the type of person to be doing something like that when I was active in it, because I still would try to stay as honest as possible. I did not lie. I didn't steal from people. I wouldn't hurt anybody. I would never break into someone's house, break into someone's bank account. I figured out my own way because my morals are more important to me than anything else. That I stick by what I say I'm going to do. And it seems like some people out there don't and are okay with it. Like, how do you live like that? Can you, like, give me an idea of, like, how you deal with that? Because I can't understand how you deal with that. How do you sleep? And I mean it, too. Like, I wouldn't be able to sleep. I would just, like, sometimes you'll be just sitting here and you think about old things that happened or some bill that you have or something you said to someone really randomly. Instead of that, that's the only thing I'll do all day, all night is just constantly think about the things like if I lied and I could be like 2 years later and still think about something and then try to go out of my way to go back and tell that person the truth. Like, it's just ridiculous at some points. Anyway, sorry.
Woman sandwich at the Bob Creamer trial. The pregnant woman in question in this episode goes on record to deny this ever happened.
So I don't have any recollection of there ever being a sandwich that was meant for me that you took.
There were the complaints that I took a helicopter flight to see a donor in Maine. The donor, now identified as John Trainer in this episode, laughs at the helicopter flight being a problem and thought it was justified to save me time.
Well, I don't see anything wrong with taking the helicopter at all.
Or the senior executive, Barry Hinckley, him.
Seasoned, successful veteran, helping build enduring organizations. How about you not? On behalf of all veterans, fuck off. Leave everybody alone. You're a creep, and the fact that you say he, him just shows us that you are one of those people. Like you
who
steal
actually
money
said,
from people,
and this is recorded,
I ran a large company with a lot of employees, and I never lived this lifestyle with black cards constantly picking me up, moving me around, expensive accommodations when the rest of the staff are staying at one level. I mean, all for one and one for all, especially in a nonprofit. I just never took the vision of one person living one way and everyone else living another way.
Some background. On February 10th, 2023, Project Veritas voted to fire me as CEO and chairman. I launched OMG a month later.
Yeah, and he was pissed.
They have awakened.
That was only 2 years ago? No way. I thought it was way longer than that. I thought it was like 2018.
A sleeping giant. I'm back.
Project Veritas then served a lawsuit against me in September of 2023 for breach of contract. Then, in the summer of 2024, Project Veritas brought us to federal court to try to get an emergency injunction to shut OMG down. Federal judge just now issuing a directed verdict against Project Veritas, and in my favor, Project Veritas lost, but continued to...
That just fucked me up because I think every time I hear Project Veritas, I think of James. So I'm like, wait, what? That bitch? Or wait, what? Oh, yeah, that's a good thing.
Sue me. So I countersued for breach of contract, defamation, publication of my private facts, and intentional infliction of emotional distress for deliberately attempting to humiliate me. Finally, late last year, we at OMG were able to get the board members at Project Veritas to testify under oath on...
They're board members? He's a board member? The one with the Trump... That really pisses me off.
...video, and we obtained damning internal emails that...
The plan is already set. One day of people not going to the office and not going to stop anything. Wow, you're actually a bitch. Promise you ever see me on the street, it's on site. What? Attaches for cuts link meeting. Okay. There's no plan to distribute this recording anywhere. Oh, okay, never mind.
They never thought would see the light of day. Before we take you to the truth,
it is now, buddy.
Inside Veritas, let's take a step back. Okay,
I'm gonna stop here because there's more time, and I want to put this other places that hopefully more people go see it, so that those people end up getting humiliated. So, anyway, see ya.